Hey there, fellow YouTubers. Have you ever considered starting a podcast on YouTube? It's a rapidly growing format that allows creators to share their message and connect with their audience in new and exciting ways. Not to mention, podcast creators get some pretty cool perks like special video and playlist badges, eligibility for official search cards, and the chance to be featured on youtube.com/podcasts. So if you're ready to dive into the world of podcasting on YouTube, then let's get started. In this video, we'll walk you through how to create a podcast in YouTube Studio, analyze your podcast's performance, and share some best practices for podcasting on YouTube. Creating a podcast on YouTube is as easy as creating a playlist. All you need to do is go to YouTube Studio and click Create, then New Podcast. From there, you can enter in all the necessary details such as the podcast title, description, visibility, and thumbnail. Just remember, the thumbnail needs to be square. Once you have your podcast playlist set up, you can add new or existing videos to it, either during the upload flow or by going to the Content tab and selecting Add to Playlist. But what if you already have a playlist that you want to set as your podcast playlist? No problem. Simply go to the Content tab, select the playlist you want to set as a podcast, click the three-dot menu and select Set as Podcast. From there, you can review and edit the podcast details, including the square podcast thumbnail. Now that your podcast is set up and running, it's time to analyze its performance. In YouTube Studio, Analytics, the Overview tab gives you a snapshot of your podcast views and watch time. For a more in-depth look, click See Podcast Analytics or select the specific podcast you want to analyze from the Podcast tab. Here you can see aggregated metrics, top performing episodes, audience retention, demographics, and revenue. Finally, we have some best practices for all you podcast creators out there. First and foremost, create a public podcast playlist that only contains full-length episodes in the order they should be consumed. Use the same name of your podcast as your playlist title and avoid mixing clips or videos from other channels. And don't forget to add a comprehensive description to help new listeners discover your podcast. So there you have it. With these tips, you can increase your reach, engage your audience, and make your podcast eligible for podcast features on YouTube. For more information, check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching and happy podcasting!